California is home to nearly 6 million older adults, the largest share of seniors in the nation. As the last of the baby boom generation enters their golden years, our population of individuals 60 and over is set to diversify and double, far outpacing growth in children or working age adults. This extraordinary demographic shift has long raised questions about the readiness of California and its system of supports for individuals with functional limitations, including nearly 7 million adults with disability. But California is answering the call. In 2019, Governor Newsom called for the development of a master plan for aging to better prepare California to address the safety, security, and quality of life for our growing number of older and disabled adults. California began to convene a broad cross-section of stakeholders to develop recommendations for a multi-sector, statewide systems transformation plan, a once-in-a-lifetime plan that would address long-standing systemic challenges at the state level and provide a framework for local planning and development. The master plan set 5 bold goals and 23 strategies aimed at building a California for all ages and abilities by 2030. And with continued leadership of the Newsom administration and support from the legislature, which ensured a successful launch of the MPA through policy reforms and historic budget investments in 2021 and 22, in just a little more than 2 years, the vision of the Master Plan for Aging is taking shape in California and paving the way for other states. Over 200 state-level initiatives are currently in progress, actively monitored by the Impact Stakeholder Committee, the MPA tracking tool, and the data dashboard. 29 counties are actively engaged in local planning, and 3 counties have an MPA and are actively working towards implementation. As one of 5 states with a master plan for aging, California is serving as a national model. 10 additional states are working towards the development of their own master plans, led by the Center for Healthcare Strategies. And more recently, CHCS has announced launch of a second cohort. California is making tremendous strides. It's true. However, there's still a long way to go, and we must keep up momentum to realize that our shared vision of California for all ages and abilities. As we emerge from the pandemic and look towards 2024, just 6 years shy of our 2030 target, the state continues to face substantial challenges with affordable and accessible housing and homelessness, crisis-level workforce shortages, a fragmented and underfunded system of supports, including transportation, that isn't keeping pace with demand, climate change, emergency response, and more. California is the largest economy in the United States, poised to be the 4th largest economy in the world, and yet older adult poverty outpaces state average. Adults with disabilities fare even worse. With rising costs, many older and disabled adults are left with little to no options. Older adults are struggling to pay rent, with 35% of rented households with residents 65 or older spending more than half of their income on shelter. Many are falling through the cracks, with nearly half of the state's unhoused adults age 50 and older. And while demand for services is growing alongside the demographic boom, affordable options for care are not. A common misconception is that Medicare will cover care expenditures when the time comes. It won't. And if you're an older or disabled adult with an income in excess of $20,120 per year, you're left with very limited options. 89% of California's middle-income older and disabled adults would not be able to afford private assisted living without selling their homes. And as we see the number of older and disabled adults rise, we're seeing an increase in demand for caregiving professionals. But unfortunately, the supply is just not there. Taking care of others is physically and emotionally demanding, and our direct care workforce, largely women of color and immigrants, are not valued in the way that they should be. With historically low wages that can't support California's cost of living, 47% have to rely on public assistance benefits to get by, and others can't access benefits due to immigration status. While we're tremendously proud of the recent investments in this space, like the launch of the first of its kind IHSS Career Pathways program, which provides online and in-person training and career opportunities to the 550,000 IHSS providers, I think the major hurdles are still ahead. We can't have a comprehensive system of care without the caregivers. And we can't continue to rely on unpaid caregiving from family and friends, as more and more older and disabled adults are living alone. In fact, we should be supporting our unpaid family caregivers, who offer California over $63 billion in economic value and provide over 4 billion hours of unpaid care on an annual basis. California is enriched by its older and disabled adults, who bring with them a wealth of life experience and make valuable contributions that enhance the very fabric of our society. Unfortunately, the Golden State has historically fallen short on investing in these populations, resulting in a fragmented and underfunded system of care with services and supports that have not kept pace with the growing need. 2 out of 5 community living older adults experience adverse consequences due to unmet LTSS needs. So, as we look forward to the future and continue to double down on MPA implementation, we look forward to a California that is equitable, affordable, and high-quality long-term services and supports statewide. Services that are easy to navigate, services that are accessible in every community, services that are affordable and delivered by a high-quality, highly valued workforce. Californians deserve nothing less. The system must strengthen the individual, their family, caregivers, and the community at large. It must promote the individual's well-being, social participation, and economic independence, and it must prevent impoverishment and remove barriers to employment. On behalf of the California Collaborative for Long-Term Services and Supports, we look forward to the future, a California for all ages and abilities. Thank you.